One thing I have realized about Jesus' commands and his ways and his laws and his precepts is that they were always meant to be for our protection. They were always meant to be for the protection of our heart or our family, our life. They were never meant to be to just control us. And the other day I was watching National Lampoon's Vacation, and they're some of my favorite movies. They always have been. And Christmas Vacation is probably on my top, one of my top favorite movies. But the other day, when I was watching it, there's this scene where Clark Griswold, he keeps running into this beautiful blonde. It was Christy Brinkley. She was a really big model in the 90s, for those who don't know. But, and he lusts after her. And I couldn't help but think of Matthew 5:27-28 when he says, You say, thou shalt not commit adultery, but I say to you, whoever has looked at another woman with evil desire has already committed adultery with her in his heart. And I know a lot of people might say it's just a movie, it's not that deep. But if Jesus thought that it was serious enough to address it, and he didn't even say if you commit adultery, he said whoever looks at another woman in a lustful way has already done it in his heart. If Jesus thought that that was serious enough to address it, then obviously it was that deep to him. And I think that he knew the pain of betrayal. He knew that things like that can destroy families. And he was trying to protect the family unit, the covenant relationship between a man and a woman. And Jesus also could have saw what something like that would eventually become, like it is today. Like it's just supposed to just be comedy. It's supposed to just be funny. We don't even think about it. I think that Jesus knew how things like that can escalate. It can start with a look and then it can end up being so much more than just a look. Jesus also knew the war that Satan has against families. And honestly, it's less about the movie more than it is about the fact that something like this has become so normalized that we don't even give it a second thought. We just think it's funny. And if you look in God's word, he was seriously against this kind of thing. I think Jesus knew how something like that could escalate, and he's always looking out for us. Not only that, but it's also like with forgiveness. He knew how unforgiveness can harden your heart, can absolutely destroy your heart. And so all of these things